stratosphere and then
I'll rip and screaming from your soul. We'll watch it fall. Now your clouds are all gone. Come and send your light through. Just send your light through before we're only whispers in the wind. Your demon has stripped back your memories and set you up to take the fall. And in your mind, the clouds have been gathering. You may feel hopeless, but I'll never let you go. Fly through the stratosphere and then I'll rip and scream it from your soul. We'll watch it fall. Now your clouds are all gone. Come and send your light through. Just send your light through before we're only whispers in the wind. Today may be the last time I get to say your life's had meaning and you mattered most. The way you hold me like I am your everything has burned inside me, so we'll never be apart. Fly through the stratosphere and then I'll rip and scream it from your soul. We'll watch it fall. Now your clouds are all gone. Come and send your light through. Just send your light through before we're only whispers in the wind.
fly through the stratosphere and then
I'll rip and screaming from your soul. We'll watch it fall. Now your clouds are all gone. Come and send your light through. Just send your light through before we're only whispers in the wind.
everybody, welcome to Formula 4 here, this eagerly anticipated very first stream on this channel, and it's great to have you all with us here this evening. It's been absolutely phenomenal to actually unveil this league, and I'm proud to say that I'm not on my own. I have got Chris Ailes with me, also known as Alan. Chris, how are you doing?
Very well, my friends. How you doing tonight?
Living the dream, I gotta say. Very excited to really be kicking off this new league we're going to be bringing to the world now. I've got to say, after our previous exploits with Formula Online Racing, it's nice to kick things up a notch and maybe try something a little bit more experimental, because that's certainly what we've got in store here today, obviously with multiplayer cars on offer. In fact, I'm going to let you discuss the finer points of the rules there, Chris, because of course I know that obviously you've had a hand in the development of Formula 4. Just talk us through it. What's the paradigm behind this league?
Well, first off, it's pretty much in the name, Formula 4. The emphasis on 4 drivers per team. Obviously, 5 teams, 4 drivers. Every position gets points. So regardless of where you are finishing, you are contributing to the ultimate goal of a team championship, hopefully. It's obviously, it all started out as a bit of an idea that we thought we'd give a go. I mean, there are multiple leagues around where you kind of feel for the people who are out of the points. So it's an idea to give people something to fight for and let them know that it's all a contribution, no matter where you are, basically.
Absolutely. And that's the embodiment of what we're trying to do, folks. At the end of the day, no matter what standard you are in terms of league racing, we want to make it competitive for everybody to take part in league racing. It should be a universal thing. Obviously, everyone wants to improve. The only way you improve is with competitive league racing against drivers who are maybe a little bit better than you when it comes to Formula 1 or sim racing in general. We're looking forward to bringing this league to you, folks. Obviously, in 2 weeks' time, we will have the start of the season. And of course, in between that time, the drivers, once their teams have been picked and they're organised into their relative groups, they'll be going away to pick their liveries and their team names ready for the start of the season. And of course, we've got a test race coming up, an evaluation race next week, where you guys will be able to obviously get on track and try and get an understanding or try and experience what things are going to be like under the Formula 4 banner. So, Chris, obviously, we're going to have a look at a few names now, of course, for the actual draft, because, of course, we've got 4 pots. Just talk us through the 4 pots and the actual distinctions between each of them.
Righto. So, obviously, as you say, 4 pots. Obviously, in each, there are going to be 5 drivers. We basically gave 3 tracks, and we accumulated, we added up their time trials and obviously just split them out based on pace as a way, though it's not a concrete design, it's something to hopefully allow us to put people with others at their own pace, if that makes sense, I guess. So the idea is to obviously make sure that everyone has someone with them on track. I mean, we know that things are going to happen and some people might be on their own at some point, but the idea is to make it close for everyone, regardless of where you are in position.
Yeah, just noticed, in fact, actually, the pots are actually incorrect on that screen in front of you. We did have an evaluation earlier on due to a driver actually not able to take part or did not provide his information quick enough. So we will move on from that, of course. There have been a few changes. 3 drivers have been swapped around. So obviously, we will be making a few amendments to this standard. Of course, when I dressed up the new images, of course, I will actually, I think I'll be able to change it now, in fact, while we've got it on screen. As you can see, the system's actually tried to save itself. So bear with me, folks, as I just try and fix that for you. And here we go. This looks a lot better. And indeed, it is. As you can see there, pot 1, Michael Pace 02, Droftas, Total Peas, Infamous Pillars, and Blaze. Now, what do you make of that pot 1, Alan? Because, of course, it's a very strong pot. Obviously, that's the drivers with the faster lap times. What are we going to be expecting from drivers like that? Is it going to be a real sort of I don't know how you'd say it, actually. It's going to be interesting to see who can be the best out of that pot 1, because obviously that's the pinnacle when it comes to pace in this league.
Yeah, agreed. I think overall, I'll bring pot 2 into it as well. Pot 1 and 2, probably each of the guys would have a good chance of getting wins, or if not win, then like a crack at pole. The two pots were actually quite close. Were closer than we thought they were going to be at first. So based on the pace, obviously, I don't want anyone to think that they can't do better than what their pot is suggesting. But based on the averages that we got from the guys who submitted times and everything, pot 1 and 2 are probably likely race winners, I guess. But consistency is going to be key. Obviously, it's not like there's a standout pace for any of the guys, so keeping it on the track is obviously going to be the key.
It is, absolutely. And I got to say, you look at some of these other pots, of course. I mean, pot 3, you got a lot of improvers there. Kvyat 26 Torpedo, we met him before in Formula Online Racing. He was racing in the F2 League, actually put down a few handy performances. He has since gone away and improved his racecraft, his pace, and he's come into it with a lot more confidence. He messaged me, he kept in touch, he said that he feels more confident behind the car. It's also great to see the likes of LPE back as well. Mad Scientist joining us, as well as All Shot Down and FIFA Beefy, of course, who is obviously a bit of a journeyman when it comes to league racing. Looking further down as well, you got Against Lee, The Waby, Paul back as well, PWSTN, that's Paul Watson, another man to look out for. Very... Obviously, I've driven against Paul in the past as well. Great to see him back in the Formula 1 racing game and back in league racing as well. Ramsel, of course, joining us as iStream, who, of course, I've met quite a few times in league racing circumstances. But certainly, pot 1 and pot 2 certainly seem quite interesting. Like you say, the time gap's ever so slim. So it may be the case that we could easily see pot 2 challenging for race wins, Chris.
Yeah, it's like I say, they were a lot closer. So it's hard to tell, but obviously, like I said earlier, the idea is to make sure every team is as even as possible. So every team will have a race winner to them. Obviously, whether they get wins, we'll have to wait and see. But it's not a bad idea, to be honest. It's worth a go, isn't it?
No, of course.
It's going to be exciting.
Well, more competitive, the better, I always say. And I think now we can actually move on to the actual draft screen now. So we'll make a start on the draft now, folks. Obviously, this is the system. As you can see, I'm back. We've got the teams lined up there. Oh, wrong hand. Lined up just along here. And each of them will be filtered out with names from each individual pot. Of course, we're going to start all the way down in pot 4, Chris, and work our way up to pot 1. So we're going to do it a step at a time, folks. And eventually, all that grid will be filled out. So, obviously, I'm looking forward to this. I'm obviously going to be doing the draw. But, Chris, if you want to step in and give us some ideas as to what these drivers are all about, you're more than welcome. I'm using curry pots, folks. That's how dynamic this league is. Of course, recession has hit the league hard in this coronavirus period. But, yeah, we're just about to make a start on this now. Bear with me.
I've based on the size of those pots, mate.
Oh, mate, tell you what, I love a curry. We Welsh love a curry. Bear with me, folks. Opening this lid, I've just broke it actually. Right, okay. So, first up, just giving it a shake. So, team 1. Hang on, let me just put my screens up, folks. Sorry about that. That was my Excel spreadsheet having a funny, but here we go. Right, so representing Team 1 from pot 4, it's Against Lee. So Against Lee is going to be representing Team 1, of course, yet to be named, but that's going to be the man donning that car in Team 1. So a good pick, Chris. What do you think about Against Lee? That's Lee Davidson.
Not someone I know personally, but he has said that he's looking to de-rust, so he could be one of the guys in pot 4 who rapidly finds a little more pace, which obviously for him personally that would be amazing, and for his team even more so, more points available for him.
Absolutely. I mean, he's a guy of quality, of course. He comes from a very staunch sim racing background in terms of PC racing. I think he has a lot of involvement in that sort of area. But great to see him in amongst it here in the PS4 leagues as well. So best of luck to Lee Davidson. We'll now pick up Team 2 out of pot 4. Answers on a postcard, folks, as to who this is going to be. I'm going to pull it out now. Very tiny pieces of paper I've got here. And... we have the Waby 87. He is the next man. Of course, you can't really see that. My green screen wipes it out. But the Waby 87 representing Team 2. So that'll be his team here today. Just seen, in fact, actually, my screen hasn't gone. Oh, that's better. Hey, we're back up and running. So there you are, the Waby 87 in Team 2. So congratulations to him on getting that seat. Next up is Team 3. Who we got here then? Who's it going to be? It's Ramsel85. Ramsel85 is your man in Team 3. So he will be picking up the crumbs for them. And
The seagull.
That's
The
not
pigeon of Team 3. We want you to soar.
Now, next one, we have got pot 4. Out of pot 4 for Team 4 this time. So 4's across the grid here at Formula 4. Paul Watson, PWSTN 38, is that? Yep, 38. You can't really see that, folks. My green screen once again wiping it out. So Paul Watson will take a seat in Team 4. Obviously, he's still yet to be named, folks. Very soon we'll be having the teams going away and sort of picking their team lineups and their liveries, etc. Well, not their lineups being picked for them, but they'll be picking their livery colours and their team names, of course. And now for Team 5, who's going to be the last driver from pot 4 to filter in the team lineup? It's going to be Ice Streams. Ice Streams, you are picking up Team 5, of course. You were the last one out the pot, so it's probably no surprises there. But Ice Streams is in Team 5. So what do you make of that then, Chris? Obviously, Team 1 against Lee. Team 2, the Waby 87. Ramsel 85 in Team 3. PWSTN, Paul Watson in Team 4. And Team 5 is Ice Streams YT. What do you make of that grid order?
Not much to go with, to be fair. It's not like they'll be in team together.
I thought you were I thought you were analysis on this stream.
It would just be interesting on out of those guys who's going to find more pace as the season goes on, and obviously, like I say, help their championship and the teams. It's going to be exciting. Obviously, they're not down there purely on a pace. Some of them are a little less on experience, and obviously with experience will come more pace. You know, it's all to play for, isn't it?
It certainly is. That's what we like to see. A little bit of drama, a little bit of needle. That's exactly what we like. And now we can move on to pot 3. So next curry pot. Who's next? I don't know if this was Vindaloo or if it was Korma. We'll soon find out. Oof, Korma. Right. Let's have a look then, folks. First name out of pot 3 to represent Team 1. Driving alongside against Lee. It's going to be FIFA Beefy. The Dark Horse FIFA Beefy joining the grid order. So you can't really see that again. This green screen, it does not like any colours at least close to green. So the FIFA Beefy making up the numbers there. He is in Team 1 with against Lee. And the teams are really starting to come together now. Representing Team 2 from pot 3. It's Kvyat 26 Torpedo, the man from FOR. He's back again here at Formula 4. And it'd be interesting to see how he gets on with the Waby 87 indeed. So let's see how that team goes at the start of the season. Obviously, it's too early to tell to really see what these drivers are like. Obviously, we're going off the basis of lap times, of course, folks. Representing Team 3 from pot 3, it's All Shot Down. All Shot Down is representing Team 3. So congratulations, you will join Ramsel. And now we got Team 4 joining Paul Watson at Team 4. Only got 2 left now, folks. Who's it going to be? It's LPE. LPE joining Team 4 as well. So he'll be making up their numbers as well from pot 3.
Cardiff's finest.
Yeah, Cardiff's finest indeed. Of course, we met LPE a couple of times, Chris. What do you make of him as a driver?
I don't think he's been on this game that much. So he'll probably need a few races to bed in, but he's always had some inherent pace.
Yeah, he certainly seems like a dark horse because he can pick up some good points as well. He's very much a solid driver indeed. You know, I've raced up against him. Quick driver. He knows what he's doing. And I tell you what, do not write him off because he is going to be really, really strong, I think, in that pot 3 pace. But we'll soon see as to how he gets on. Let's have a quick look. We've got now for Team 5, out of pot 3, it's the Mad Scientist, of course. So he makes up the numbers there. And that's pot 3 completed. So the Mad Scientist will take his seat in Team 5. So next, folks, we got pot 2. So at the moment, the team's starting to come together. A few familiar names making their way across the grid order. And now we move on to the quicker end of the classification. We got pot 2 now, Chris. Now this will be an interesting one. Any tips out of pot 2?
Me.
You. I think I threw it.
Yeah,
I think I threw that one away. I think.
Oh, damn it.
Right. Who's next? Right. Okay. So representing Team 1 for pot 2. Oh, would you believe it? It's you, Chris. Alan is in Team 1, so he joins FIFA Beefy and Lee Davidson in the top team. And so we'll look forward to seeing how he gets on. Let's just have a look. Where are you now, Alan? There you are. So there, you're making your way into Team 1, joining FIFA Beefy and against Lee. So a very good, quick team lineup there, because Beefy is not short of pace either, is he?
He was fringes of pot 2. In fact, he was pot 2 before, obviously, we had to bring in a replacement of Blaze. We know he's consistent. He doesn't get many penalties as well. He's going to pick up plenty of points.
Absolutely. It's going to be interesting to see how he gets on. Certainly a challenger, nonetheless, out of pot 3. So next one out of pot 2. This one joining Team 2. And it's the Panda, JML Panda. He's going to be joining Torpedo and the Wavy in Team 2. So JML Panda makes his way and joins his teammates. And a very interesting team that will be indeed. Team 3 up next. Who's going to be getting the Team 3 seat? Oh, I got your money on this one. It's Evil Hunter 98. And he will join All Shot Down and Ramsel. And
you just can't get rid of Allshot.
No, you can't. Have they been teammates before, have they?
Yeah, they are on Wednesdays.
They are on Wednesdays, whoosh. I tell you what then, a little bit of team chemistry then. Now, next up for Team 4. Let's see who they draw here out of pot 2. Very strong drivers across this grid order, folks. And they've got the man himself. It's Andenge. They've secured the services of Andenge in Team 4. A good signing, and a very formidable opponent, Chris.
Yes, I see him far too often, for the right reasons. He's quick, he's quick and clean, but I wish I was just a little bit faster. Yeah.
Well, you never know. And that leaves, last but not least, it's Paulie Orange. He's joining Team 5. And he's joining the Mad Scientist and iStream. So Team 5 have picked up a very quick driver indeed. Of course, Paulie Orange is starting to turn a lot of his assists off now. He's starting to feel the burn, feel the pace now. So it could well be a big signing that for Team 5 as well. What do you make of the order now? The team's starting to take shape now, Chris. We've only got one pot left. Is there any team in particular that really stands out?
Well, apart from mine, we've got, to be fair, Team 2 is going to be interesting for me because I honestly know very little on all the guys there. So that's the one I'll be watching. Yeah,
I got to say, it looks interesting. And certainly Mad Scientist is one to watch. I think he can improve massively. But Paulie Orange, obviously a formidable force. Not forgetting Andenge as well. Evil Hunter could be a quick driver as well. And I don't know much about this Chris guy, Alan, but we'll soon find out, I'm sure. Oh dear. Right, so last but not least, pot 1. Now, I'm not sure if you can really lay down any predictions on this, but Chris, who do you think is going in Team 1? As I shake the box here.
I have a feeling I'm going to get total peas.
Total P's for Team 1. That is the call made by Chris. You going to put money on it, Chris?
No, I won't.
put a mortgage on it.
Because the draw will be bottled then, and Peas will know all about that. So
Yeah.
it's fine.
Oh dear. Well, the name we've pulled out, Michael Pace _2 takes the seat at Team 1. Now, does Team 1 mean P1? That's the question. You got yourself a good teammate there, Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, he was top of pot 1 as well, so I guess we can class him as the favourite, though everyone was pretty tight. Please finish your races.
Right. Tips for Team 2. Who do you think is going to come out of pot 1 and sit in Team 2?
I mean, to be fair, I know everyone in pot 1 anyway, so who's the person I know least? That pretty much sum it up. Blaze.
Going to go Blaze on this one. But you're wrong. It's infamous Pillars. Pillars will take a seat in Team 2, joining Panda, Kvyat Torpedo, and the Wavy. So Pillars will take his seat in Team 2. A very strong grid order as well. Pillars has won his fair share of league races. We've seen him on many occasions battling with the likes of Droftas and you as well, Chris. Just tell us a little bit about Pillars' pace, because he's got lots of it, hasn't he?
He does. He turned off TC. He's gone manual as well, and he's found plenty of pace from last year's game. Call him Peel Bomb for a reason, so he's in with Kvyat. That's pretty good.
Is that Team Bomber? Is that what it got? Bombs RS.
He's a solid driver.
Yeah. Well, this is it now. We have got literally 3 remaining folks. Now, the next one, it's a new one. Joining Team 3, and you know a little bit about him, Chris. It's Blaze. He's joining Evil Hunter and All Shot Down and Ramsel in that illustrious Team 3. So I don't know much about Blaze myself, but you have met him a few times. What do you make of this guy?
Yeah, like I say, I've only met him a few times. Deserving of pot 1 for sure. Quick. So he's also very fair. Quick, clean. Hopefully like a lot of our guys. But yeah, Team 3 looking strong.
Yeah, they do indeed. I got to say, this is the benefit of this kind of a draw, folks. You get pretty much equal teams together. Every single one of them pretty much grouped together. There's a pot system in place for a reason, and that is to make sure that these grids and the classifications are ever so tight, and obviously that there's battles across the grid. It's certainly going to make things fun for us commentators, that's for sure. The next draw out of pot 1, of course, we've only got 2 remaining, folks, and joining Andenge and LPE and Paul Watson is Total P's. So Total P's will be joining Team 4. A very interesting team there. And I've got to say, lots of pace amongst this lot. And it's going to be interesting to see how Total P's is going to get on in amongst his teammates there. A strong driver and one to certainly keep an eye on. And what that does mean, Chris, is that Droftas will be taking the seat alongside Portly Orange, Mad Scientists and Ice Streams in Team 5. What do you make of that squadron?
Team admin.
Team admin.
Yeah, favoritism everywhere now. Penalties for everyone bar them.
Yeah. I wasn't thinking that. I'm not that cynical, but you are, obviously. Unbelievable. So those are your teams there, folks. That's the lineup for this season. Unbelievable pace there across the grid. Just looking at that now, Chris, obviously, is there any team that really does stand out now that we've got it all dished out in some sort of order? We know a little bit about these drivers. Which team do you think is your favourite to win the, I suppose, the overall constructors standings?
I'd say Team 3 at the moment. It's like I say, I don't know much on Blaze, but from what I have seen of him on track, he is really quick. Hunter will always have some good pace. He'll always finish. Same with Allshot as well. And Ramsel, I believe, is lower on the experience scale, but he's definitely up for it. So I'm sure he's going to keep improving as the season goes on. So I'd watch out for them.
Absolutely. Well, plenty of drivers there. And of course, we'll all witness to the first race in a couple of weeks' time. And of course, that brings me nicely, in fact, nice segue on towards the calendar. And indeed, very exciting, this calendar indeed. This is the confirmed lineup and dates. Of course, we're going to start on the 2nd of November at Singapore. So a street circuit straight from the off. Followed up by a trip to Earl Grey herself, Britain, for the 9th of November. Followed up by a trip to Mexico on the 16th of November. Followed up by the very new Vietnam circuit. Of course, yet to race in official Formula 1 in real life. Monaco then is the next circuit. You've got yourself a string of street circuits because we got Vietnam on the 23rd of November, Monaco on the 30th of November. Then at the start, the first race of December on the 7th is Azerbaijan, the Baku street circuit. And then we're back onto real circuits. It's Spain next at the circuit of Catalunya, where I was fortunate to actually commentate the 24-hour of Barcelona-Catalunya. We're going there on the 14th of December. Then on the 21st of December, we've got the Hungarian Grand Prix. And then the start of the new year, the 4th of Jan, we will be heading to Belgium for the historic track of Spa. And then on the 11th of Jan, over to the United Arab Emirates for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix as well. And of course, let's not forget, 18th of Jan, USA. And we'll be going over to that, the COTA circuit, as they like to call it, Circuit of the Americas. Then over to Monza to Italy on the 25th of Jan. Canada on the 1st of Feb. Australia following suit then on the 8th of Feb. France on the 15th. China on the 22nd. And Bahrain on the 1st, that multi-million-pound circuit, of course, very notorious. A very sandy circuit, dry, slippery conditions, despite there being no rain. But the sand itself enough to lose a lot of the traction for these cars that rely heavily on downforce. And of course, not forgetting, then we've got Austria then at the Red Bull Ring on the 8th of March. Netherlands then on the 15th for the very first time. Russia on the 22nd. And then Brazil on the 29th. And the grand finale at Japan for Suzuka. And I got to say, that's a very hench lineup of circuits, isn't it, Chris?
Yeah, I'm actually pretty chuffed about just how flowing the calendar seems. There's no, I mean, apart from obviously your street tracks, but let's be fair, they are all pretty different in their own way. There's no real consistency, I guess. You kind of go from one style to another. It's going to be good. And starting off with Singapore as well, the toughest and the longest race of the season to start.
Hey, you can
get your wellies out.
You can't wish for a more competitive start, indeed. It's going to be interesting to see how a lot of these drivers cope with the slinging streets of Singapore. And I, for one, can't wait to commentate this one. Obviously, it's going to be a strategy test. These teams are going to have to work together, of course. Very new circumstances amongst this grid order. None of them would have raced in teams of 4 before. So naturally, they need to make sure that the communication is red hot in order to justify themselves or gain themselves a positive result at the end of a race. So it's a big run now towards certainly in gathering points, of course. It's going to be interesting to see who's going to score first. And I got to say, Chris, I'm looking forward to seeing what sort of liveries these guys are going to be bringing to the table. What do we think the team names are going to be? Are we going to be seeing some weird and wonderful ones? Of course, we're trying to look for brand names now. Just talk us through the brand and the naming process of teams, just to give the drivers a little bit of an idea as to what we expect.
Yeah, so obviously, as you say, we've given them the freedom to create their own livery and everything amongst themselves as a team. I suppose you could look at it as team bonding. But yeah, like you say, ideally we want brands, or we're aiming at brands, regardless of what sector those brands come from. So it doesn't have to be a car manufacturer. It could be like a fast food chain, something like that. But obviously, we'll give the guys like an overview privately as well. We don't want anything silly, of course, because though obviously we're here to have fun, we're not wanting to be trolls about it as well, I suppose. Because obviously you and Joe do have to commentate and call out these names, so something respectful at least.
Just to help us out a little bit.
But it could be interesting. Yeah, it's gonna be fun on what we're gonna find.
Yeah, no.
I just want everyone to, I want to encourage everyone to get your ideas out there and obviously be open to the ideas that everyone else is going to have as well. Should be good.
I mean, we must impress on the fact, folks, that everyone must have in your team the exact same livery. So ensure that everyone is able to pick the same colours, the same design. because continuity is important in this league. We want to make sure that everything is absolutely spot on. So please ensure that you get your liveries absolutely right. So it makes us our lives certainly a lot easier when it comes to doing the standings, the commentary, everything. It all marries up into one. But again, it's going to be a very fun system, a very fun league, points across the grid. It's going to be extremely competitive, and I cannot wait to call some of the action on circuit. It's going to be great, and I'm sure Joe is as well. But in the meantime, folks, if you haven't done so already, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It's been an absolute pleasure to bring this to you here today, and delighted to be back calling more league action on a Monday night. Be sure to obviously check out the stream. We'll do an evaluation race next week, of course, on Monday. Be sure that you're tuned in for that here at Formula 4. And then the following week, we will have the grand start, which will be at Singapore. The Singapore Sling. It all starts here at Formula 4. But until then, we'll see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you then. Goodbye.
Back your memories and set you up to take the fall. And in your mind, the clouds have been gathering. You may feel hopeless, but I'll never let you go. Fly through the stratosphere and then I'll rip and screaming from your soul. Oh, we'll watch it fall. Now your clouds are all gone. Come and set your light through. Just set your light through before we're only whispers in the wind. Today may be the last time I get to say your life's had meaning and you mattered most. The way you hold me like I am your everything has burned inside me, so we'll never be apart. Fly through the stratosphere and then I'll rip and screaming from your soul. Oh, we'll watch it fall. Now your clouds are all gone. Come and set your light through. Just set your light through before we're only whispers in the wind.
Fly through the stratosphere and then
I'll rip and screaming from your soul.